Hey folks, here at OS Reviews. You're watching our video first look and a quick review of the AT&T iPhone SE/5S/5 power bank battery case, which sells on their website for about $50, but you can also find it through Amazon right now for sub $15, and the links are below. This is a 2000 milliamp hour capacity power bank case, which adds a bit of protection in addition to extra juice for your iOS product when you're traveling or on the go. Now, 2000 milliamp hours isn't the largest capacity we've seen, but it still provides up to 130% of extra battery life for your product, which can add up to a claimed 70 hours of extra standby time, which could be really beneficial if you're traveling and you're away from an outlet, perhaps on longer road trips, for instance. Otherwise, below here, there's access to a micro USB port for charging the battery case itself. It does come included with its own cable, so you can plug it into a laptop or to the wall to charge it. It takes about 4 hours to completely charge the battery case, and afterwards, it offers pass-through charging as well. So you can be charging the phone case by plugging it into the wall, and if with your product, iOS product plugged into the case, it's also going to be charging the iPhone at the same time, which is a pretty nifty feature. Now, one of the downsides of this particular design, like many other battery cases on the market, is it has a very recessed 3.5mm headphone jack and actually requires the use of an extension cable where you insert this in and then plug in a pair of headphones. So you have to bring along an extra little adapter if you plan on using a traditional pair of headphones, since many aren't designed to be as recessed, since a lightning pin takes up much of the room on the front here for charging your iPhone. But otherwise, you can always use Bluetooth if you really don't want to bring along an extra adapter with your headset. In addition, some other unique aspects of this particular battery case is the fact that there's a lock mechanism on the bottom here, which is not a feature that you find on many other battery cases on the market. So essentially, the battery case can be turned on or off. When it's locked, it's actually not going to be charging your iPhone. So even if it's plugged in, even if you tap on the indicator light to see that there is indeed battery life left on the case, it's not going to be passing the power through. But once you flip this over and turn it on, the charging will begin automatically. So it's actually a pretty cool feature. It's a safety lock that, again, we don't tend to see a lot of on these phone cases. As far as performance is concerned, it's pretty typical. It will charge up your iPhone in under 3 hours, which is pretty good, even though it's not Qualcomm Quick Charge enabled or anything. It is a smart power bank in the sense it's not going to overheat or overcharge your iPhone. Once it reaches full capacity, it will automatically turn off. As far as design is concerned, it is pretty typical. There's nothing too exciting about it. There's the AT&T logo on the top, there's cutouts for your camera grills, and there's also, again, the aforementioned LED indicator lights that tells you out of 4 bars, so each one is 25%, how much juice is remaining. And there's kind of an interesting triangle design that reminds me of a play button from YouTube. But otherwise, it's a very boxy shape. It's made out of this soft touch rubber material, which makes it pretty easy to grip, and it hides smudges, dust, and wear and tear a bit more easily, so that's nice to see. It doesn't add that much bulk to your product either, which is nice to note. The front here also features 2 cutouts that allows the speakers to still pass through sound on your iPhone, so you can still hear what you're listening to, which is again nice as well. It doesn't really protrude or interfere with any of the other volume controls, power switches, etc. So everything is still accessible and usable on your product when you're charging and using it as a case. As far as being a case is concerned, it's not too bad either. It's not a 360-degree case. It does reveal the very top and edges of the phone revealed, so that it does give you a bit of room for damage to your iPhone if you do drop it or go to areas that require a more rugged case. But with that being said, I think overall it's a pretty snug fit. It doesn't fall out too easily, and since it is a soft touch rubber material, it also ensures that the phone itself isn't going to be scratched or damaged when it's in use. Sliding out the iPhone, you can see that inside there is a matte material as well that prevents scratches from happening, and down here there is just the aforementioned standard lightning adapter, which is again universal, and it's going to be reversible as well, so it's pretty typical stuff, nothing too out of the ordinary. So performance is good. As a case, it's decent, not the best in the world. Design is very minimalistic and adds a little bit of protection along the edges and corners down below here. So overall, I would say that this is a decent battery case. It really stands out just with that safety lock feature, but otherwise performance is middle of the road. It's definitely not the cheapest option on the market, but it is fairly well made, and I suppose if you can find it for a low enough price point, it is recommended. You can check out more details about this in our official written review, but for now, this has been our video. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews. This is the AT&T iPhone SE/5S battery case.